Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about geometric sequence, and we're going to solve the nth term of a geometric sequence. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Alright, so this will be our formula for geometric sequence. We have a sub n, or the general term, the term that we're looking to find, is equal to the first term multiplied by r. That will be the common ratio, and then raised to the power of n minus 1. So n is the number of terms. Alright, so let's have example number 1. Our given sequence, we have 4, 12, 36, 108, and so on. And we're told to find the 7th term. Alright, so this will be a sub 7. So once again, we're looking for the 7th term. So a sub 7, or the 7th term, is equal to a sub 1 is the first term. So our first term is 4. So 4. And then the common ratio, we need to find the common ratio. So the thing that we need to do, class, we need to divide the second term by the first term. So 12 divide 4. What would be the answer, class? 12 divided by 4. That's correct. That would be equal to 3. Alright, so we also check dividing the third term by the second term. 36 divide 12. What would be the answer, class? That's correct. 36 divided by 12. That would be equal to 3. So they have the same common ratio. That would be 3. So therefore, the common ratio is 3. And then raised to the power of n is the number of terms. We're looking for the 7th term. So therefore, we have 7 terms. So our n is 7 and then minus 1. Alright, so a sub 7, or the 7th term. So a sub 7 equals, so a sub 7. Alright, so a sub 7 is equal to, copy 4. And then parenthesis 3, close parenthesis 7 minus 1, that would be 6. Alright, and then once again, class, do not multiply 4 and 3. Parenthesis exponents comes first. Once again, class, you always follow PEMDAS. Parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Or in grade 7 class, you have this word GEMDAS. Okay, groupings, exponents, and then multiplication. So simplify this one first. Parentheses, exponents comes first. Alright, so once again, copy a sub 7. Do not multiply 4 and 3. So copy 4. Simplify this one first. Parentheses, exponents comes first. Alright, so 3 raised to the power of 6. It means you multiply 3 by itself 6 times. So this will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Alright, so let's do it step by step. 3 times 3, that would be 9. And then 9 times 3, that would be 27. And then 27 times 3, that would be 81. 81 times 3, alright, let's do that. 81 times 3, I think that's 243. Let's double check. 81 times 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. Yup, that would be 243. And then 243 times 3. So lacking 1, 200, once again, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, 27 times 3, 81, 81 times 3, that will be 243, and then 243 times 3, alright, let's do that. Alright, once again, class, the common ratio, so r is equals to 3, common ratio is 3. Alright, so 243 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 2 carry 1, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1, that would be 7, 729. Alright, so this will be 4 times 729, almost done, class. So 4 times 729, so 729 times 4, 4 times 9 is 36, 6 carry 3. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11, 1 carry 1. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 1, that would be 29. So therefore, class, our final answer, that would be 2,916. That's it, class, all set. So a sub 7, or the 7th term, that would be 2,916. That's it, class, all set. This is the answer, class, with regards to example number 1. All set, class. So 7th term is equal to, so this will be 2,000, or a sub 7. So let's just write a sub 7. A sub 7 is equal to 2,916. All set, class, all set. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 2. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 2. Our given, we have negative 3, positive 6, negative 12, positive 24, and we're told to find the 10th term. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so a sub n or a sub 10, we're looking for the 10th term. So a sub 10, our first term is negative 3. And then our common ratio, so divide the second term by the first term. So 6 divide negative 3. So 6 divided by negative 3, that would be negative 2. Alright, so you also check dividing the third term by the second term. So negative 12 divide positive 6. Negative divided by positive is negative. 12 divided by 6, that would be 2. Negative 12 divided by positive 6, that would be negative 2. Alright, so therefore, the common ratio is negative 2. So this will be negative 2 raised to the power of. So n is the number of terms. So we're looking for the 10th term. So therefore, n is 10. So therefore, the number of terms, that would be 10. Because we're looking for the 10th term. So therefore, our n is 10 and then minus 1. Alright, so once again, the common ratio is negative 2. Alright, and then simply simplify this one. So a sub 10 equals negative 3. Copy negative 2. 10 minus 1, that would be 9. Alright, so this will be a sub 10 equals. Alright, so this is negative 3. Once again, class, do not multiply this one. Simplify this one first. Parentheses, exponents. Alright, so negative 2 raised to the power of 9. Now, once again, class, if you have a negative, class, and then the exponent, class, is even number or odd number, example, class. Let me give you example, class. If I will say, if I will say negative 2 raised to the power of 3. Now, if the number, class, is odd, therefore, class, your answer, class, it should be negative. Once again, class, if you have a negative base, class, and then the exponent is odd, example of odd numbers, class, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Now, if you have a negative base and raised to the power of odd number, class, that's automatic, class, that your answer, class, it should be negative. Question, why is that, sir? Because this is odd. Because if you multiply this one, class, by itself 3 times, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2, that would be positive 4, right? Times negative 2. 4 times negative 2, that would be negative 8. Therefore, class, our answer is negative. Now, if you have a negative base, class, negative 2, and then the exponent, class, is even, example of even number, class, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Therefore, class, your expected answer, class, it should be positive. Why is that, sir? Because this is even. Okay, negative base, negative number, and then raised to the power of even number, that's automatic, class, that your answer, class, it should be positive. Okay, let's have an example, class. Let's simplify this one. Negative 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. Let's do that. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2, that would be positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 2, that would be negative 8, right? Positive times negative, that would be negative. And then that would be 8. 4 times negative 2, that would be negative 8. And then negative 8 times negative 2, negative times negative is positive. 8 times 2 is 16. Once again, class, if you're multiplying same signs, the answer is positive. If you're multiplying unlike signs, the answer is negative. So negative times negative is positive. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times negative 2, that would be negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 2, that would be positive 16. So that's the thing there, class. What's the class? That's the thing there. So if this is negative 2, raised to the power of odd number, expected answer, class, it should be negative. Because this is an odd number. 9 is an odd number. So therefore, class, our expected answer, it should be negative. And then we just simply multiply 2 by itself 9 times. Okay, let's multiply that. We ignore first the sign, class, because it will really take time, class. Negative times positive, positive times negative. Just remember that one, class. If you have this number, class, once again, if you have this number, negative base, and then raised to the power of odd number, our expected answer, class, it should be negative. Because it will take time, class, if you do it this way. Negative 2 times 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 negative 2. It will really take time, class. Okay, so let's assume, class, positive 2, and then we multiply it 9 times. So 2 times 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 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just remember that one, class. If you have a negative base raised to the power of odd number, expected answer, it should be negative. If you have a negative base raised to the power of even number, expected answer, it should be positive. We explained that a while ago, class. Alright, so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2, that would be 64. 64 times 2, that's 128. 128 times 2, that's 256. 256 times 2, that would be 512. Alright, so this will be negative 512. 512, close parenthesis. Okay, once again, you do it step by step. 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. Times 2 is 16. Times 2 is 32. So 6 times 2 is 64. 7 times 2 is 128. 8 times 2 is 256. 9, that would be 512. Okay, so this will be negative 512. And then 3 times negative 3 times negative 512. And that would be our answer, class. Alright, so 512 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So therefore, our answer, that would be positive 1536. Because negative times negative is positive. That's it, class. All set. All set, class, with regards to example number 2. Alright, so our answer, we have a sub 10 is equal to 1536. All set, class. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. Alright, so let's proceed now to example number 3. So our given, we have 2,187, 729, 243, and then 81. And then we're told to find the 11th term. Alright, let's do that. So this will be a sub 11. We're told to find the 11th term is equal to, the first term is 2,187. And then, common ratio. So, let's divide the second term by the first term. 729. Divide 2187. Can we divide? Nope, we cannot divide at one, class, because you will get a decimal answer. You're not allowed, class, to have a decimal answer with regards to your common ratio. It will be really complicated, class, if you're dealing with decimal common ratio. So, the thing that we need to do, class, we can reduce this one, right? We can divide 729 by 729, and then 2187, we can divide this one by 729, right? Let's check that. 729, let's multiply 729 by 3. I think that would be 2,187, right? So 729 times 3, let's double check. 3 times 9 is 27. 7 carry 2. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2, that would be 8. 3 times 7, that would be 21. Yup. 729 times 3, that would be 2,187. So therefore, we can divide this one by 729. So 729 divided by 729, that would be 1. 2187 divided by 729, that would be 3. So therefore, the common ratio, that would be 1/3. Alright, so let's also check dividing the third term by the second term. So 243 divide 729. Once again, you're not allowed to divide this one. You will get a decimal answer. Instead, we can reduce. I think we can reduce this one by 243. Divide by 243. Because 243 times 3, I think that would be 729. Let's do that. 243 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1. That would be 7. Yup. 729. So therefore, we can divide this one by 243. Divide by 243. 243 divided by 243, that would be 1. 729 divided by 243, that would be 3. Because 243 times 3, that would be 729. Alright, so therefore, the common ratio, that would be 1/3. So 1/3. And then n minus 1. So this will be 11 minus 1. Alright, so this will be... Alright, let's do it step by step. Quite complicated for this one because this is fraction. So this will be a sub 11 equals 2187. Alright, and then 1/3 raised to the power of 11 minus 1, that would be 10. So this will be 1/3 raised to the power of 10. So you multiply 1/3 by itself 10 times. So this will be 1/3 times 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 1/3. We don't have enough space, class. Alright, so you multiply 1/3 by itself 10 times. So therefore, class, if you see this one, class, on the numerator, if you multiply 1 times 1 times 1, once again, class, multiplying fractions, simply multiply the numerators and then simply multiply the denominators, right? As you can see, class, if we multiply the numerators, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, any number multiplied by 1, the answer is 1. So therefore, automatic, class, our answer for the numerator, that would be 1, right? Because 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. If we multiply 1 by itself 100 times, 1,000,000 times, the answer, class, it's always 1 because any number multiplied by 1, the answer is 1. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, you will get 1. So therefore, class, automatic for the numerator, that would be 1. So for the numerator, that would be 1. So this is 1 for the numerator. And then we simply multiply 3 by itself 10 times. Alright, let's do that. Okay, 3 by itself 10 times. So this will be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Alright, quite complicated. Let's do it step by step. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3, that would be 81. 81 times 3, that would be 243. 243 times 3, that would be 729. And then 729 times 3, that would be 2,187. And then 2,187 times 3, we don't have enough time, class. Let me just use my cell phone. Alright, let's do that. 2,187 times 3. That would be 6,000. So this is 2,187 times 3. This will be 6,561. And then times 3. So times 3. Times 3. This will be 19,683. And then times 3. Last one, times 3. This will be 59,049. So 59,049 for our denominator. So quite complicated, right? 59,049 for our denominator. Alright, so once again, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, times 3 is 243. 243 times 3 is 729, 729 times 3 2187, 2187 times 3, that would be 6,561, times 3, 19,683, times 3, that would be 59,049. Alright, so this will be a sub 11 equals 2187 multiplied by 1 over 59,049. Alright, and then simply multiply the numerators. So a sub 11, once again, do not forget 1. We have 1 on the numerator. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, that would be 1. So understood that there's 1 here. We can put denominator of 1. 2187 times 1, that would be 2187 over 1 times 59,049. So copy 59,049. Can we reduce? Yup, I think we can divide this one by 2187, right? Divide 2187. Yup, we can divide this one by 2187. 2187. Alright, so therefore, our final answer, a sub 11, is equal to 2187 divided by 2187, that would be 1. And then 59,049 divided by 2187, that would be 27. That's it, class. All set. All set, class. This is the answer, class, with regards to example number 3. A sub 11 is equal to 1 over 27. All set. Alright, so how about you try this one, class? Answering example number 4, you're told to find the 100th term of this given sequence. You try this one, class, and then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. So once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.